This is another group of competition. The athletes are changing their movements and positions. The 4 athletes, they come from China.
啊，刚才这4名选手呢，据介绍呢，他们来自中国的81跳伞队。
According to the information we received, these 4 Chinese athletes, they come from the national team of Ba-yi. Now we are expecting the next group of athletes to come into this wind tunnel.
下面这一组进行这个比赛的。
And now we have a new team here.
这4名这个要表演的呢，是来自中国河南的。
Another 4 athletes.
他们
They also come from China. They come from the province of Henan. Among them, 2 are females and 2 male players. 2 female athletes are in the yellow color helmets. The athletes are cooperating very well in group in order to perform the different types of movements. And now the next team to come is from Qatar. This is an emerging team for indoor skydiving. In this team, there will be 4 athletes, male athletes. The team from Qatar is very strong. They have won world award, the #1 place in the world championship, and they have very well performed, as you could see now. The next team to come, that will be another competition. Now we have 4 female athletes from Myanmar. In Myanmar, there isn't a long history of the practice of indoor skydiving. However, their athletes are progressing very rapidly. The average age of these 4 female athlete is only 18 years old, and it seems that they are performing very elegantly. They should go through all different steps of movements. For example, you should try to grab things, you should try to touch the other team members, and to perform all the movements, you have to rotate your body and do the flips. Next team to come is from France. 2 females and 2 males. And the 4 players will come together to give us the performance. In a very limited space, they have to turn round and round, and they should not run into the others. At the same time, they have to be at the correct position in order to perform the actions. And you could see that they have retreated their legs and they are touching very tenderly the other players. This indoor skydiving team from France is ranking among the first rank in the world, and in the recent World Championship, they are among the top 3. Now again, 4 other athletes from China. They come from the province of Hubei. It's been 3 years that they have practiced for this world event for indoor skydiving, and they are all wearing the orange color helmets. They are rotating very elegantly in this limited space. And they have successfully accomplished all the demanded actions. And now coming up is the individual freestyle skydiving competition. The individual freestyle indoor skydiving is also a very special competition. So everyone could choose his own performance movements accompanied by the music. But how could this athlete hear the music? Actually, they have the earphone with them, covered inside the helmet. This is an athlete from Singapore performing now. Accompanied by this beautiful piece of music, the athlete is doing the flips, twists in the middle air. sometimes the head up, sometimes head down, and sometimes it's just performing the flips and twists.
现在上场的这名运动员是中国的选手。
Now on the stage is an athlete from China.
他用这个在音乐的伴奏下呢，在空中翻腾、盘旋。
With the music, our Chinese player is rotating and performing all the movements of the indoor skydiving. We could see that he's really enjoying this process.
而且选手呢，这个比赛呢，可以根据自己的选择的音乐、自编动作。
And in this section of competition, they could choose their favorite music, and based on that, they could make up all the different actions and positions. So it's kind of ballet in the mid-air. And now people are giving a big hand to cheer him up.
下面要上场的这名女运动员呢，来自阿拉伯联合酋长国。她穿了一身白色的运动服，好像太空人一样。
Now we have the next athlete. He's from the United Arab Emirates. He's in a white suit. It's like someone from the space. She's dancing in the mid-air. And she's rotating in 360 degrees.
Her 这种飞翔的快感，好似就在空中。
It seems like she's flying in the mid-air and she's performing the ballet in the air 360 degrees in a row. And she has also performed the splits. It's very well done. Now the next athlete to come is from Hungary. Now we have the music. It's like that. It's already jumped out of the cabin of the airplane, and directly he's suspended in the mid-air. It is in different positions. He has shown different movements, and that is the charm of the indoor skydiving. Because when they are suspended in the middle of this wind tunnel, It's like they have just jumped out of the cabin of the airplane, and before the opening up of the chute, there's still some time, a span of the window time for them to do some free movements in the mid-air. Now he has completed all the movements. The next one, an athlete from China.
上场之前，他在做着一个优美的动作。
Before entering to the stage, he's giving a very elegant motion.
一种力量美和柔美结合在一起，不停地翻转。
Now we can see the beauty of strength and tenderness.
特魅力，在自由式的比赛中，
He is rotating in a non-stop manner. This is the charm of the indoor skydiving. They could choose what movements to perform during the competition based on the music.
Uh, 现场的观众们都在聚精会神地看着这位小伙子的比赛。
And the audience here at the spot, they are following very carefully the performance of our Chinese athletes. It's so beautiful. Well done.
"现在上场的这名运动员来自拉脱维亚。
Now a new player with us. He's from Latvia. 360 degrees of rotation. Now he's diving directly to the bottom of this wind tunnel.
空中旋子360。
And also the style jumping, 360 degrees.
在拉脱维亚民族音乐的伴奏下，小伙子自由地翩翩起舞。
And this athlete is performing with the traditional music of his own country, Latvia.
这真是一次美妙的表演。
This is a wonderful performance.
现在上场的这位运动员是新加坡的运动员。大家把目
Now
光聚焦
another
这
athlete
位
from
运
Singapore.
动员。
Let's have a close look
他
at
曾
his
经获得
performance.
世界室内跳伞的金牌。
He has won a gold medal in a world competition for indoor skydiving.
动作表演非常的完美，空中
Perfect
芭蕾的动
actions.
作让人目不暇接。
The ballet movements in the mid-air. This has attracted the attention of everyone.
整个动作太美了，观众们给他报以热烈的掌声。
This is so beautiful throughout this process, and people are applauding for this wonderful performance. And the coach also gave him a big hug after the performance.
"下面上场的是一位中国运动员选手，是个小女孩。
Now coming up to the stage, a little girl, 9-year-old little girl from China.
"这位9岁的小女孩表演轻松自如。
This 9-year-old little
她
girl
今天
is
上午
performing
刚
very
参加了这个
elegantly
规定动作的比赛。
and confidently. This morning, she has just completed the section of competition of prescribed actions.
太美了，太美了！下面将要上场的这个运动员呢，来自中国。
It's so beautiful. And the next one to come is also from China.
叫肖一鸣，他是代表
This
中国队
is
参加这个室内跳伞
a
运动的
6-year-old
最小的运动员。
little one from China, and he's the youngest in this competition.
肖一鸣今年刚刚上小学1年级。
His name is Xiao Yiming, the first year at elementary school. However, he has participated in the exercise and practices for the indoor skydiving with a wind tunnel for 2 years. Let's have a look at his performance. Our youngest player.
游刃有余，空中旋子360。
Moving freely and he's performing the style
在
jumping.
空中飞翔，
It's like he's flying in air.
180度旋转，
180 degrees of rotation.
站在他的母亲就站在旁边，看着孩子的表演。好，我们去看一下这个小男孩刚比赛完了去。
And his mother is watching his performance just outside of the wind tunnel. 运动员呢？这 We are looking for our little athlete.
他运动员比赛完了，在这儿还没有出来。
He's not yet out.
他正在向我们招手。
He's waving his hand to say hello to everyone. Our little girl here.
肖一鸣今年刚6岁，
Two very lovely children. Xiao Yuming is only 6-year-old.
呃，稍加一会儿，我们采访一下这个肖一鸣小朋友，等他们这组这个比赛完了。
Later, we'd like to interview Xiao Yiming, the little athlete from China. When the whole team finishes their actions and performance, all of them could get out of this competition area and we could do our interview.
现在要上场这名运动员是个泰国运动员。
Now performing in front of us is an athlete from Thailand.
一会儿腾空，一会儿垂直落下，确实很有刺激。
And sometimes he's performing in the mid-air and sometimes he's dropping, have a free falling in a very vertical way.
你好，小朋友。在上面比赛害怕吗？
Hi. Are you afraid of that height? Why? I think it's quite funny and interesting. Why it is interesting? Because I feel like being a Superman. How do those actions and movements come from? It comes from my mother. she worked very late in the night, and mine made up by the coach. First, you have to find a piece of music and then you show it to the coach. She will help you. How do you think of your performance today? I think it's good. I think I'm correct with all the positions and movements. I made no mistakes. Yesterday I made one mistake. Do you like it, this indoor skydiving? Why do you think it's interesting? It's like the Superman is cool. Do you want to win a medal or something? A prize? It's okay, it will be fine if I could get one. Yes, I have the peace of mind. If I could get a prize, it's okay. Later, do you have any other competition to participate? Yes. The dual competition. What is the dual positioning? Could you please give us an example? Our two little athletes would like to show us what is the dual positioning competition. And they are very small and young. One is 6 years old, another is 9 years old. So let's have a look their performance in the mid-air. You have to stay in that position during 35 seconds. You have to repeat as many rounds as possible. So among the 3 teams, the one that has performed the highest number of rounds of these actions during 35 seconds would be the winner. So later there will be another competition for you. And we will be by the side to support you. Wish you a big success in the competition. And mother of Xiao Yiming is also with us. What's your name, please? Hello, my name is Zhang Mohan. Just now, were you nervous about the performance? Yes. When I was watching him, I was more nervous than I was performing myself. I think that is a quite rare opportunity for these little children to participate in such a big event. And also, I'm nervous because he could already represent the national team to participate in the World Championship. And I myself, at my age, haven't got yet one similar chance. Will this wind blow hurt the health of the children? No, actually we have to adjust the speed of the wind when there's a little children, a younger one inside. For the music, we picked the music together with the children, and we have thought about some positions adapted to the music, and later we will also discuss with the coach. At the same time, they have to go to school for their normal studies, so in their free time, they have to focus on the practices. And sometimes they have to practice on the ground outside the wind tunnel. They have to stretch their body parts in order to have a very flexible body. For example, they have to do the splits of their legs, and they have to train their body. Sometimes it could hurt. However, they have overcome all the difficulties, and now they are in this competition. And I'm here to cheer him up, and I hope that he could give a very satisfying performance at this World Championship. Just now we have interviewed a mother of Xiao Yiming. We heard that you are the chief coach for our little athlete. What's your name, please? My family name is Ci. Yes, I'm the chief coach for freestyle. So you are coaching the younger ones. For a little one at 6 years old, it's not an easy job, right? Yes. You have to adapt the training plan to his real body conditions, and you have also to adjust the speed of the wind inside the tunnel, and you have to recognize the difference in the level of capacity of concentration in a children of 6 years and in an adult. First of all, you have to cultivate the interest in those younger generation. Without any interest, the children will be forced by the coach or by the parents, and by the end they will give up. If he's interested in the sport itself, then whatever difficulty in front of him would not beat him up. For such a young child to participate in the practice of indoor skydiving, will it have a negative impact on his studies at school? Actually, I don't think so, because you will only use the weekend to do the practice, and in the weekly days, you will only spend a very small amount of time to do the practice and exercise. How long have they practiced the indoor skydiving? That's about 1 year. So in 1 year, they have succeeded in entering this World Championship. Are you satisfied with their performance today? Yes, quite satisfied. Actually, it's a big surprise for me. And we are looking forward to the next stage of performance and competition. And now, we run into the champion of the previous session of the World Championship for indoor skydiving. When you are inside this wind tunnel, what is your feeling? Are you the chief coach for the Chinese team? Actually, the Chinese athletes are new in this competition. How do you think of their performance? And now this is a break for the athletes. After the break, there will be other competitions to come. Excuse me, are you an athlete? In what sessions? I'm in the individual freestyle. For how many years you have been practicing this? It's been 2 years already, and since I'm still at school, I will only practice during the summer and the winter vacations. What has this sport brought you? I think it's quite interesting, and this feeling will only be acquired by the ones who have practiced by themselves. And I think that the experience would differ and the feelings would also differ from one person to another. You feel free inside and you are really enjoying it. And you have your feet away from the ground, and it's a rare experience. You cannot have this feeling very often when you are outside the wind tunnel. What do you think of your performance? I think that I'm still a beginner in this competition because the other competitors, they have practiced this sport for so many years, 7 or 8 years. I think that with more time to practice, I could do better.
我刚才看你在这个比赛当中非常自如。
对，因为我也是练了很久了嘛。
I've noticed that you are performing freely during the competition. Yes, I've been practicing for a long time. It's more than 2 years, and it's the first time for me to practice the freestyle. And usually for the freestyle competition, you could attract a lot of audience, and people are quite interested in that. And after today's individual freestyle performance, will there be other events for you to compete? Yes, I will work together with my partner for the dual positioning. It's the first time for us to work together, and also it's the first time for me to compete in the form of duo. Thank you. And the next round of competition is just about to start, and athletes are about to enter the scene of competition. We'd like to give another interview. My name is Long Yating. For how much time you've been practicing this sport? In the beginning, I was one member of the skydiving team, and it's since 2016 that I've started to participate in the world competitions. The first time was in Canada, and I've got 8th place. Since when you've been a member of the national team for skydiving? It's since last year. It's mainly indoor skydiving. We also have outdoor skydiving, and also the positioning, and the indoor wind tunnel, and the female positioning. What's the difference between the indoor and outdoor skydiving? Actually, the outdoor skydiving, you are jumping out of the cabin of the airplane, and you are always dropping, you are jumping towards below. And in the indoor skydiving, you are inside the wind tunnel. And I think that it feels different when you are jumping out of the airplane and when you are jumping inside this wind tunnel. Yes, exactly. When you are out of the cabin of the airplane, you have to be in the exact position, otherwise your body would be twisted from upside down. You have to adjust your body, adapt it to the wind flow, otherwise you could not perform as well.
到室内跳伞，确实是两个截然不同的一种风格在进行训练。
You have moved from the outdoor skydiving into the indoor skydiving, and these are two totally different events. Yes, before coming to this place of competition, we've already done a lot of homework. We have practiced in the province of Hubei. For the indoor skydiving, the feeling of suspension differs from that of outdoor skydiving. When you are dropping out of the airplane, you feel very light in your body weight. However, it's not so inside the wind tunnel. However, when you are jumping in group in the real air in outdoor skydiving, then you should keep your distance with your team members, otherwise the two bodies would twist together and you would impact your partner's performance. However, when you are inside the wind tunnel, there isn't such a worry.
好，我们现在呢，要采访一下国家体育总局航空管理中心伞类部的主任王永利。
And now we'd like to interview Director Wang Yongli from the General Administration of Sport of China. Just now, we have watched the performance of the athletes of different countries, and during that section of individual freestyle, we think that is very exciting, and they are performing very freely. Yes, we think that is also an innovation to show people the beauty of skydiving. And they are doing very elegant positions and movements. For us, the organizer of the event, we think that with the individual freestyle competition, it helps a lot to promote the event to the public. It's called the indoor skydiving, and usually when we think of the skydiving, it should be in the sky. You should be jumping out of the cabin of the airplane. However, for the indoor skydiving, it's still a new thing for the people. Just now we have interviewed the lady. She said that first she practiced the outdoor skydiving, and then she shifted to the indoor skydiving. Is it difficult to promote and practice this indoor skydiving in China? Yes, we have some difficulties. First of all, you need the professional equipment. In China, usually when we are using the wind tunnel, it's for the experiments and for the scientific researches. However, we think that this is a sport with huge potential. Over the past 2 years, suddenly people have grown strong interest about this event. I think that in 2 or 3 years, there will be more people to participate in this sport. For how many years we've been practicing and joining the international championships and other events? It's been 2 years that we've been connected with the international practices, and we have found out the real fun in this sports. And in the international world, for how much time we've practiced this indoor skydiving, it's less than a decade. Next month, we will participate in the 4th World Championship. So nearly all the international events and competitions for the indoor skydiving, you could only have the 4th or 3rd session in total. This means that it's still a very young game for us to practice. So whether we are playing inside the country or when we are leading a delegation to compete in other countries in the world, the final objective is to promote the game. And France is trying to incorporate this game into the 2024 Olympic Games. We find that the youngest athlete, the youngest boy is only 6 years old, and youngest girl is only 9 years old. So in 6 years, if it could become an Olympic Games event, it already makes sense that we could start the training of the younger generation by now. Today, this competition has given us a lot of surprise. And according to your introduction, we think that with the time going by, there will be more people interested in this sport. And for the audience and for the general public, if you could have a chance to try, and you could feel that lightness, the loss of the gravity, it will be a totally different experience for you. And it's quite interesting and exciting. And some people are asking questions on our online platforms. For example, do you have an age limit for the practice of this indoor skydiving? For example, for someone who's under 30, is it possible still for him to practice? Yes. Actually, you could start from 0 at the age of 30. If you have a very healthy body and you are good in your body conditions, please do not hesitate to have a try. And for those actions to be performed in the sky, I think after the practice, you could accomplish all the movements. And I think that it's less demanding for you to practice the sport inside the wind tunnel than the practice in a real mid-air in the traditional outdoor skydiving. And if you feel uncomfortable during the practice inside the wind tunnel, you could just give a signal to your coach and then we could stop the wind. The General Administration of Sport of China is also supporting the development of the indoor skydiving. We've been participating in the international games for the skydiving over the past 2 years, and we hope that with our joint efforts, we could give a big promotion to the indoor skydiving in the country.
您是咱们中国队的运动员是吧？
对，我之前我是中国队的运动员，但是这一次。
So are you a member of the Chinese national team? Yes. However, I'm the judge for this competition. My name is Zhang Ling.
时间不长吧？
我室内跳伞跳的不是太多，因为我的主项主要是高空跳伞。然后，对我也是。
Are you new in this field? Yes. Actually, I'm more familiar with the outdoor skydiving. I just came back from the World Championship. I'm the first female athlete from China to win a medal in the international championship for the special skills of style jumping. This time, I've been chosen to be the judge, the referee of this Asian game. So I think it's also a big recognition for my skills.
是这个
Just now
觉得这
you
个心
said
情
that
想起来
you've
说，
won the first
我跳
medal
了
as the
好几年
Chinese
的
female.
室外跳伞，为什么就室内跳伞拿了金牌呢？
没有，我那个也是室外跳伞。对，室内跳伞之前
Are
也
you
拿过
questioning?
金牌，但是因为参加的是那个 four-way formation 是4人造型项目，所以后来因为我是因为肩膀有习惯性。
Actually, this medal
所以
also
这个
comes from
在
the
室内跳伞的话
outdoor
它的丰富相对来讲
skydiving.
还是对我的伤情还是有一定影响，所以
However, after years of practice, I've got some
慢慢的
physical
就练习一些其他项目。
diseases with the body, and wind tunnel is more suitable for my practice with the current body status.
所以对于我来讲困难还是就是困难程度比较大。
您看咱们中国队的很多
And
年轻的
nowadays, I
运动
think it's
员
no
还是
easy
很有
job
潜力
to competing on such a platform in such an international games, because all the athletes, they are
像他们这样这么年轻
very well practiced and trained.
我未来的这一个跳伞生涯和我的职业也会充满
And I
很多
think
可能
that
性。所
您
以
也很年轻啊，
I've already missed the best time of the practice.
10年了，什么时候开始
I
学跳
hope
伞？
that I could have the similar
15岁就
chance
到
as
空中飞
our
了。
6-year-old athlete. I've only started
15年的时
the
候，当
practice
时
of
的
the
梦想
outdoor
想上
skydiving
天
at
上天
age
上
of
去飞。
15.
是第一次去飞的时候什么感觉呢？
因为我以前是足球运动员，
So
河南
at
女足的。
15,
然后对，后来也是
what
机缘
was your
巧合
feeling
进到
about
我们
flying
那个当时河南
in the
特伞
sky?
队。第一次上天之后，
Actually,
其实
before
也是
coming
带
into
点
the
这
field
种
of
激
the
动和
outdoor
小害怕的，
skydiving,
因为
I
因
played
为怎么讲，
football.
全中国这么多人口，
When I
可能真
first
正
jumped
能飞上
out
天
of the
去跳伞的
airplane,
完成自己这种
I
空
felt
中
so
梦想的人
nervous.
并不多。所以刚开始只是
And I
觉
think
得
that you
兴
don't
趣
have
和爱好，
so
然后随
many
着年龄的
chances
增长和
in
现在
such a
对
big
这个
country
事业的
to
发展
get
和
into
和这种
a
贡献吧，还是希
airplane
望
and
以
then
自己
jump
的
out of it
一己之
to
力，然
perform
后
the
能
outdoor
更加的
skydiving.
提高自己的技术，然后为中国去参加比赛，代表中国，然
I
后拿
really
到好成绩，
cherished
拿到
this
金牌。这也
opportunity,
是
and today
我
I'd like to
以
do
后的梦
more
想和现在的梦
to
想。
您刚才说
contribute
您
my
这个
part
10几岁
to
少
help
年的
the
时候踢
Chinese
足
national
球，
team
后
to
来
win
15
more
岁有空中
medals.
跳伞，这跨界也太大了。
但是地
You
上跑的和
mentioned
空
that
中飞
before
的是跨界
15,
比
you
较大，
played
因
football,
为当
and
时我
later
们那个队伍
you
也属于
came
就是很
to
多年都
this
没有
field
就
of
是没有这
practice
个
of
跳
outdoor
伞再继续发
skydiving.
展
That
了。
is a big
所以当
shift.
时也是我们这一
Yes.
批，也是我们当时那个队伍里面的第一批，就是事隔10年以后第一批招
For
的运动员，
our
所以也
team,
比较幸运的留在了我们当时队伍，一直到现在。
actually,
然后因为我已
it's
经
been
入选
a
国家队已经大概5
10-year
到6
gap
年了吧，
between
所以能
our
从我们队到入选国家队
generation
到
and
现
the
在
previous
这种回国
generation of
和第一次参
athletes
加
for
这个比赛代表中国的
for
裁判
outdoor
来执行
skydiving.
这个亚锦赛的工作，我也是非常觉得自己很幸运的。
And this
好的，谢谢
time is
您，
the
谢谢，
first
谢谢，
time
谢
for
谢。
me to be chosen as the referee
好了，
of
现
this
在这
Asian
个
game.
比赛
And
开
it's
始比赛
also
了。
a big pleasure and honor for me.
现在
And now we've started
现在
another
这一
round
轮
of
呢是
competition.
双人的这个动态的比赛。
This is the dynamic duo competition.
现在要上场的这2位选手呢是新加坡的选手。
Now coming up on the stage, 2 athletes from Singapore.
刚才我们在采访运动员的时候啊，每个人都说室内跳伞在里边确实是有一种
And just now we
非常奇妙的
interviewed
感
a
觉。
lot of athletes.
每一个人在跳的过
They
程
all
中
told
的
us that the
体验
feeling
跟每一个人
is
的感觉是
wonderful
不一
inside
样
the
的。
wind tunnel. And the personal feeling and experience would differ from one to another.
员们都在这个点路处，在这个点路，
The athletes, they are at the registration
这两位即将上场的运
table.
动员在练习着动作，用手的这个姿势来这个代替动作，好，手就像他们的身
The
体一
two
样。
athletes, they are doing a rehearsal with their hands in order to recite once
你
again
们来自哪个
their
地方？
我们来自新加坡。
performances.
来自新加坡。
嗯
你们
Where
两
do
个
you
中
come
文说
from?
的不错嘛。
We come from Singapore.
还不错
不是
speak
太
very
好，
well
不是很好，
Chinese.
可是还可以讲。
啊，因为我们是从新加坡，所以我们也是学
It's
华语。
okay.
期待你们两个人能取
We
得好
come
的
from
成绩啊。
Singapore, so we could only
你
speak
们
a
两个
little
人
bit
这个
Chinese.
参加这个室
We
内跳
show
伞运
very
动
good
有多长时间
performance.
了？
Thank you.
8年了。
8年。
For how many years you've been practicing this? 8 years.
我们是最久的搭档了。
And
你
you
们两个姐
are
妹就
always
是
partner
说
one to
的
another
那两
during this
两位
8,
世界
8
冠军
years.
啊，
Yes.
我们是姐妹。
我称为姐妹嘛。
Are you the
我
champions?
们要进去了，
好
所以
的好的，
再见。
谢谢啊。
We're about to go
刚
inside.
才这两位运动员呢，他们来自这个新加坡，曾经在世锦赛上呢得过这个
The
金
two
牌。
athletes, they come from Singapore. They've won a gold medal in the World Championship.
现在进行的是这个造型比赛。
And now we have the competition for the positioning.
这两位现在正在比赛的呢，是中国队的。
In front of
他
us,
们
the two
参赛的
athletes
这
from
个
the
项目
Chinese
呢
national
是
team.
双融动态。在这个
And
风洞
this
里头
is
不
the
停地翻滚
competition for the dual dynamic styling. And they are rotating in an non-stop
在
manner
一个规
inside
定
the
的
wind
时间内
tunnel.
呢，看哪一个参赛的运动员
In a
最先
limited
完成规定动作。
time duration, we would see that which team would complete their process of actions in the shortest time span. Perfect. Well done.
现在准备上场的是2名法国运动员。
Now in front of us, the two athletes
您
from
看到的
France.
这个比赛呢，跟刚才的自由式比赛有完全的不同。他们
And
每
this
一
dual
个动作、
styling, the dual
每一个姿势，
dynamic
都是
competition
按照
is
这个
totally
比赛
different
的
from the
规定
previous
动作
one,
来完
which is
成。
the individual freestyle. Because just now the freestyle, you could make up all the positioning, the styling motions by yourself. And here you have to perform all the demanded, the required positions.
现在马上上场的是来自新加坡的选手，
And the
一
next
个
thing
选
to
手名字
come
呢叫傅诗玲，
is from
另一个
Singapore.
呢叫朱玉璇。他们的这
One
个比赛呢，
is
现在吸
Fu
引
Shiling,
了
another
观众
is
的
Zhu
目光。
Yuxuan.
别看他们两个人呢只有16、17岁，
Now
可是他们
everybody's
训练的已达
watching
8年之
very
久。
closely
目前呢，
their
他们两个人
performance.
的
They
最
are
好
still
成绩
very
呢
young
是
at the
世
age
界
of
这个
16 and
室内
17.
跳伞
However,
锦标赛的这个
they've already
冠军
practiced
也
the
被
indoor
称为这个
skydiving
世界
for
公认
8
室内跳伞
years,
锦标
and
赛
they
的
have also
天
won
才
the
选手。
gold medal for the World Championship. And we say that
其中呢，
those
他
are two
们当中
talents
的这个
for
傅诗
the
玲呢，
indoor
保持在风
skydiving.
洞中向后翻滚次数的最多
傅
的
诗
记录
玲, one
呢
of the
达
athletes,
68次，也被称为
she
世界
kept the
上
record
最快
of
的飞人。
68 flips inside the
刚
winged
才我们在那
tunnel,
个
and is also referred to as the fastest athlete.
聆听观众
in the
们在
world.
给他们进行这个热烈的鼓掌。
Now you could hear the cheerings coming from the audience.
现在这几位运动员呢都比赛这个规定动作比赛完了，他们要找一个。
And now the competition comes to the end. They are taking a family picture. Let's have a closer look at them.
So
this round of competition has ended. After a short break, there's another round of competition. Now they are dancing on this net. And we can feel the joy and also the friendship among those athletes and competitors.
今天下午呢，有这个70多名选手呢，将进行这个规定动作跟自选
This
动作，
afternoon,
还有
there are more than
双人造
70
型
athletes
四人造型
to
的
perform
比赛
the freestyle,
刚才两位这个
the
新加坡
duo
运动
styling,
员
the
的
four
表演
people
堪
styling,
称
and
是
also
世界上
the
最好的场地
prescribed
他们的动作
motions. And just now,
造型
this
非常的完美，
duo team that we have interviewed before, they are the previous world champion for the indoor skydiving, and from their performance we could tell the highest level of performance in this area.
本次这个比赛呢，共设了这个造型、动态、艺术飞行三大类。
In this session of competition, there are 3 categories of competitions. Inside there are 13 items. In China,
刚才您看到了每一个运动员
it's the first time for us to
观众呈现
host this indoor skydiving championship, and we've shown you a wonderful mid-air ballet.
“现在这个裁判员呢在进行这个评判。
The referees are discussing and they are giving the scores.
“这个动态造型组呢，跟别的组的比赛不一样， 他是当场打分。
In this group of styling, the scores will come up directly after the end of the competition. It's not the same as the other sessions.
这2名女运动员拥抱在一
And
起。
number 1 goes to
运
the
动员之
team
间
of
相互的
Singapore.
祝贺。这个动态
And
双
they
人
are
造
giving
型的
each
比
other
赛
the
就结束了
encouragement
下轮还将
and
举行别的项目比赛
congratulations. And that is the end of this dual styling competition. And afterwards, there will be other rounds of competition. Hi. Just now, you've given to us a wonderful performance. Are you happy about the number 1 place? Actually, this is not the end. Tomorrow, we are going to compete with the French team in order to get that gold medal. However, we are still very happy. Is it the first time for you to come to China? For me, it's the first time. I've already visited China for several times. I visited Nanjing, Beijing, and province of Sichuan. How do you think of Beijing? I was still very little when I was in Beijing. The Great Wall, I visited the Great Wall when I was still very, very young. I even used my hands to climb the Great Wall. And for you, it's the first visit in the country. I walked around. I like the beautiful scenery here. However, we think the food is too spicy. In Chongqing, the food is famous for that spicy taste. I have to drink a lot of water when I eat the local food. However, the taste is very good. So this time, the spicy food gives you the strongest impression. And another key word is the fly-in with the indoor skydiving. We've only tasted the local food here. But it's a great honor for us to come to Chongqing for the competition because we don't have a lot of games organized in Asian countries and in Asian cities. It's rare for us to organize the indoor skydiving in Asian countries. Actually, this game, the first Asian Indoor Skydiving Championship, is the second event in this whole region. And also, it's the first time for us to see so many Asian players in the indoor skydiving competition. We really hope that we could bring up the level of the practice of the indoor skydiving to make it hot as the local food. Now we're about to give an interview to the chief referee.
您是第一次到中国担任这个室内跳伞锦标赛的裁判长是吧？
Is it the first time for you to take up the job as the chief referee for the indoor skydiving in China.
虽然这不是他第一次在中国当这个裁判，但是这是他第一次当裁判长。
这次来了以后，您看这个中国的选手，情况这个成绩怎么样呢？
I'm really very happily surprised. Your athletes are wonderful. They're very well trained and they're excellent performers. And when I see the young children, I think that the future is very bright for China.
我当时第一眼当我看到这些运动员进行比赛的时候，我觉得他们训练有素，然后行动非常有效，然后尤其是看到一些年轻的运动员比赛非常良好的时候，我觉得我看到了中国航空这个跳伞的希望。
其实从中国运动员的这个发展的情况来看，也看到了我们这个中国乃至整个亚洲运动员的一个成长的过程。
Yes, I can see that you've put a lot of effort into training your indoor athletes. It's a new discipline, and you've clearly got this under control.
就是吉莲女士也真的觉得中国运动员们，包括亚洲运动员们，的确在这方面付出了很多努力，然后也是对这件非常看好。
我们这个开展这个室内跳伞的运动中，就是要让大家这个对这项运动喜爱、投身，把这个项世界向前推进。
That is the objective of the International Parachuting Commission as well. We've been fighting to make indoor a really good event to show off what you can do indoors, flying indoors, and it's wonderful that China has joined this initiative.
这也是我们国际航联的一个宗旨，就是让更多的人体会到室内跳伞的乐趣。然后我也吉莲女士也非常高兴在这次比赛中看到了这一点。
其实我们通过这样的比赛，也希望这个室内的这个跳伞运动能够进入这个奥运会的比赛项。
And it's also our wish to see this kind of competition going to the Olympic Games.
Yes, that is our main objective. I'm president of the International Parachuting Commission, but I'm also from France. And France is working very hard with the organizing committee for the Paris 2024 Olympics to have indoor skydiving included.
就是吉莲女士作为国际航联的主席，也一直在为推动 indoor 室内航空跳伞运动的推进，也希望能在2024年的巴黎奥运会上做出为室内航空跳伞做出更多的贡献，推动航空跳伞进入到奥运会的领域。
But we would also like to see skydiving, indoor or outdoor, included in the 2022 Asian Games as well, if that's possible, and that would help us with the initiative for the Olympic Games too.
吉莲女士也希望这个我们可以把室内航空跳伞运动也推动到2022年的亚运会或者是其他的一些锦标赛当中，因为这个也可以为航空室内跳伞运动到奥林匹克做出一些贡献，有一定的影响。
谢谢。
Thank you. Thank you.
谢谢。
Thank you.
那个法国队的现在是最强的一个，是第2名。有翻译的，领队翻译非常。
那个是啊，您是他们这是法国运动员是吧？请问一下这个他们2个人的姓名。
Quel est votre
They are from France. What's your name?
这两位运动员，请问他们训练有多长时间了？
For how many years you're practicing this? More than 10 years.
这个室内跳伞运动
5 years.
是一个非常好玩的项目吧？
For the indoor skydiving, it's a very exciting event, right?
Oui, c'est très amusant. En soufflerie, on peut voler longtemps.
Yes, it's very exciting. We've been practicing this for a long time. And it's also extreme sport when you are doing it outdoor. So in the wind tunnel, we could fly for longer minutes. For how much time you've been playing together? 5 years. You've been collaborating one with another for 5 years. So what are the places you've been to?
Dans beaucoup de pays, on est allé au Canada, à Singapour.
In a lot of countries, in Canada, Singapore, Poland, Spain, United States, for the World Championships. And also Japan, United States, France, Spain, so many countries, but the first time in China. Yes.
第一次来中国，第一次来重庆。
So first time to China, first time to
这
Chongqing.
次到这重庆还没有出去，来了就比赛是吧？
So this time, upon arrival, you directly come to the competition site. Actually,
希望比赛完了去。今天能去啊？对这
we
几
hope
天
that
对
we
重
could
庆
go
的
to
有什么最深的
visit
印象
the
吗？
country and visit the city after the competition. What is the strongest impression about the city? We think it's a very big city.
Ça va. J'avais plus peur, en fait, ça va.
And also the spicy food. We think it's okay.
听说过重庆的菜辣。
You've already heard of the spicy food in Chongqing. Yes. And we know that you are about to cry. You have the tears in the eye. But still, you are deeply impressed by the spicy food of the city. And I hope that you could have a big success in the competition. Thank you.
现在呢，运动员们还在休整阶段。这几位是卡塔尔的运动员，刚才他们表
The
演了
athletes are taking a break. These are the players from Qatar.
卡塔尔队，请问一下，你们是
Their
第一
coach
次
comes from
到
France,
中国参加比
but
赛
team
吗？
members come from Qatar. Is it the first time for you to compete in China?
No, we come before like 3 or 4 times for competition.
他们已经来过3、4次了，都是参加比赛。
那么你们4个人合作有多少年的时间了？
We started from 2009.
2009年开始的。
那已经都合作快9年的时间了。
Yes.
参加这个 室内跳伞运动取得什么样的成绩吗？
You have the best score during the different competitions. What
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best score?
Yeah, we get a good score. We're happy. Also, it's a big surprise for this competition. The Chinese team, they are really strong. We are surprised when we saw how they play. They are really interesting to watch them.
他们得过很好的名次啊，就我本人知道，他们得过世界前3名。然后这次来中国，他们很惊喜，发现中国队的水平都很高。
就是一开始不太了解中国队，结果一看中国队实力还是不错的。
Maybe before you came here, you didn't know the level of Chinese level. And
We compete with them, but now they have I think different teams, and they are really strong. They improve a lot. So when we start the first round, we are really surprised. So we have to go fast.
他说，对中国队稍微有一点了解，因为以前比赛也有中国队参加，但是发现中国队进步特别快，啊，所以他们就是觉得自己需要更加的努力，啊，才能继续前进，跟中国人队一样。
好的，也希望你们在这次比赛中取得好的成绩。
So they hope you have your best score in China.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
谢谢。
谢谢。好，观众朋友们，下一轮的比赛呢，马上就要开始了，我们再到现场去看一下。
Now we are about to start the next round of competition. Let's go and have a look.
现在您看到的呢是4人造型比赛。
Now in front of us, the 4 people styling competition. Now on the stage, the team from Singapore.
他们可以根据自己的这个编排的动作进行这个造型表演。
They could choose their own favorite positions and movements in order to complete the performance.
主要是在这个模拟时速200多公里的
For the
圆柱形的这
indoor
个实
skydiving,
体的风洞
they
中
have
进行。
the simulated speed of the wind at 200 kilometers per hour, and the wind comes from the wind tunnel.
在悬浮状态中
For
完
each
成这个
athlete,
旋
they
转、
could change the
空翻、
point of gravity in order to change their body position. They have to complete the actions such as the flips and the twists of the body inside the wind tunnel. Now the Chinese team is about to
室内跳
come
伞
and
呢是一
perform.
个模拟真实跳伞的一种新型的运动项目，它可
The
以让
indoor
参与者体验到
skydiving
高
is a
空
new
跳伞的
type
乐
of
趣
sport
和
to
飞翔的快感，
simulate the
而且有
outdoor
这个非常的
skydiving.
安全
It
系
could
数。
give people the thrill of the free fall. However, we are also guaranteeing people's security.
现在参加比赛的是中国队选手。
In front of us are Chinese players.
这屏幕是回放的，
不要。现在上场的是中国队运动员。
And now about to come the
两名女
Chinese
运动员，2名男运动员。
team members, 2 female members and 2 other male members. They are doing the required positions. The rotation, the touching, the styling, the flips. There's one very difficult position. In the limited space, you have to flip over the head of another team member. And it seems very interesting, this performance. They are doing different styling and different movements. Now coming to us, the group from Qatar. The 4 gentlemen, they are ready to perform to us. It's like they are already at the door of the cabin of airplane, and now they are outside the airplane. The indoor is different from outdoor skydiving. The feeling differs a lot. You don't have the moment of the chute opening up. You are doing the flips over the head of the other team member. You are touching each other, and also you are rotating. Those are the required motions to make. The team members from Qatar have completed their performance. Now the next team to come is the national team of Myanmar, 4 female athletes from Myanmar. They're ready to jump out of the plane, the simulated plane. They are doing the styling, and they have very well synchronized their body parts. They are also collaborating one with another. They are rotating, flipping. It's like they are doing the mid-air ballet. And they are performing very lightly and elegantly.
现在要上场比赛的是法国的选手，4个法国。
The next team comes from France. 4 female competitors from France.
您看他们的这个造型啊，真是像模拟的真实的跳伞一样。给你一种最酷的。
From their styling, you could see that simulation of the outdoor skydiving. It's a very cool performance. It gives you the real experience of outdoor, and your dream of flying in the sky comes true with their performance and the elegance in their motions.
现在呢，您看到的呢是中国跳伞队。这4名女运动员
Now this team comes from China.
3名是
The 4 female athletes in the group.
又参加了这室内跳伞的
3 of them come from the outdoor skydiving, and they have participated in the indoor skydiving training too.
他们在这个圆柱当中啊，通过手脚的协调和重心的变化，改变身体的姿势。
Inside the cylinder of wind tunnel, they are changing the spot of gravity and they are changing their body positions. They have completed all the required actions such as the rotation, the twists, the flips. And now it comes to the end of their performance.
你好。刚才看你们这个配合都很默契的。
Hello, just now I've seen your collaboration. It's wonderful. Actually, we are not satisfied with our performance. It's not 100%. For how many years you've practiced this? It's been 2 or 3 years. For the indoor. Before that, I practiced the outdoor. You are all the athletes for the parachute. And now you are joining the indoor skydiving competition. Actually, there is a big difference between the indoor and outdoor. Yes, in the mid-air, you use less strength. However, in the wind tunnel, you should be more tense. It's also a big challenge for all of you to participate in the indoor. Yes, you have to be performing in harmony with your partner. You should collaborate in a perfect way. All those actions that you have completed, they are required by the organizer. And we have also added up some self-chosen actions. One of the action is the flip over the back of the other member. Yes, the up and down. Is it more dangerous to practice this flip in the indoor or in outdoor? I think none of them is dangerous, as long as you are very well trained. So let's have a closer look at the 4 outstanding athletes. All of them used to be the athletes of the parachuting, the outdoor skydiving, and now they have become the pioneers or the first generation of members of Chinese indoor skydiving. So thank you for joining us in this interview. Mr. Cui Zhangyi, the chief referee, you are the judge, the referee of this competition. Do you think that in Asian countries we have made a lot of progress?
Yeah. Very fast, and much higher than before.
他说，他们的进步非常快，而且表现很好。
对中国队的运动员，您觉得怎么样？
How about the Chinese team?
They are higher level in Asia, and also compared to in World Championship, they are higher level.
说现在中国队的水平在亚洲地区算是高水平，很高的水平。
那你对他们的表现还是很满意的？
How about the Chinese team? Is okay, nice.
Much higher than